core team.
I'm the program director.
My role is assistant director.
I'm like social media outreach leader.
This program is an introduction to political organizing in South Central Los Angeles, sponsored by Student Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. The goal is to raise awareness about how our lives as students and teenagers are affected by gun violence and how in our community, South Central Los Angeles, oftentimes we've normalized this.
The mission of the program itself is to basically just get students, like youth like us, more involved in politics and making sure that the community is safe at all times and giving them the power and the voice to be able to change things.
What we tried to achieve with this was to educate ourselves and the students in our summer program regarding the issue and how it affects specifically our community, which is mostly low-income people of color. And we are trying to further the students' leadership skills through a variety of events that will allow them to advocate for this issue as well as others that they're passionate about.
Especially this summer, given like all the like protests and everything that are going on, like the intersex and everything.
Also, a big thing was definitely like the Black Lives Matter movement, and like especially like Black trans lives matter, and how much they're disproportionately affected by like hate crimes, especially with guns.
Last year in our school, so we actually had a student who was unfortunately shot for being mistaken for being a gang member. The community, you can tell how much it impacted everyone, and like knowing that that came from like a gunshot, like that really like inspired me in a way to like go into this program as well and like learn about like gun violence and like access to it.
It's something that has really created a lack of empathy and human dignity. For the first 9 years of my life, unfortunately, I faced gun violence first-handedly, and I really saw that the impact in Honduras, it's so normalized. People are just told, even as kids growing up, that they just have to deal with it. When I moved to LA, I realized like, oh, I actually want to do something about it because I don't want more kids in South Central LA living the same things that I had to deal with when I was in Honduras. So I joined the first pilot summer program in South Central LA.
And that's where I met Justin, and towards the end of the program, we had to come up with the proposal. So Justin and I like teamed up, and we were like, what if we're the new like directors next year? And we put our own little twist to this program. So we did that, and now we're here.
We decided we had like similar objectives and ideas, and this is what we wanted to do to give back to our community.
Because of all the information we had gathered already, we wanted to spread it to like more people, and then from there, like hopefully like those students take it on, kind of like passing like the torch. That was kind of our goal.
I knew that I wanted to join just because I knew that it would be really fun to work with Brianna and Justin to like give these students our knowledge and also knowledge of community leaders that we worked with before. I think I just wanted to help my community in general, and I also knew that I had connections within my own high school that I really wanted to like connect from my high school to SDA, and we ended up getting students from my high school into the club, and now they're making their own chapter, so mission accomplished.
Hopefully like these students like pass it on to like their friends, and like mostly the goal is like bringing awareness and also learning from it, because I know I've learned a lot of information and like statistics, also community building, public speaking.
We could make our own multimedia project to talk about gun violence regarding different communities.
We did a gun violence through art.
We went over a program called This Is Not a Gun.
And we drew out our experiences with it.
It was something that really touched towards me because we were able to see every object that was mistaken for a gun.
We had this event where we had lawyers and therapists come in talking about how they care for the victims of gun violence.
We normally have someone come talk to us about their work and how it is related to Students Demand and Gun Sense. Some examples include a city attorney, an artist, a state senator, which is really cool.
But currently we're working on our proposals for Impact Day.
The Academy requires that at the end of the program you present a proposal of a project that advocates for gun sense.
All of these projects that we're working on, it's just for the community.
The virtual summit is the day where our students present their proposals regarding how to advocate for gun sense and against gun violence in their community. The summit will take place on August 16th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will also be streaming it live from the West LA Moms Demand Actions and the California Leadership Facebook page. This day, students will just present their proposals. People can see and follow like what they're trying to do in their community, and that way they can raise their own voice as students.
That's a really big part of SDA too. Like I know last year, Justin and I had our own mentor, and he really pushed that. He's like, you guys can like do so many big things. Like, don't let like age or like you being a student take anything away from that.
And it's like cool seeing like people that I've never met before just have so much passion, have so much drive.
A great part of it is just seeing how amazing and excited the students are. They come up with very creative ways to advocate. The youth being so passionate, innovative, and creative on how to advocate and bring change to their community, it really encourages me